more intentionality in Disney than you do, we'll say, I'm trying to think of a good example. Uh, Netflix Kids, or I don't know. There's not really a brand of children movie places. I will say that CW and other channels that are teenish slash 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, they definitely are choosing more diversity also. Even on Apple TV, there's a show coming out called Ghostwriter. It's a young black woman is headlining that show. And it's actually a show about a young black woman dealing with racism. So I was like, well, but of course it's Apple Plus, Apple TV, and unfortunately not a lot of people watching it. But the other thing about Disney content is that they lost a lot of viewers. Not so much now, but a couple of years ago they were not doing good as a streaming service. So I think they had to realize and really strive to do better. For those of you just coming in, this is Your Black News. Thanks for joining us. We're discussing Black creativity news from last night and one headline, and then we're going to jump right into Black business news. And one of the things that I really want to make sure that we let folks know about is this grant that's out there before we get into Black business news. In case I think two of you that are here may not have been here on Wednesday night. I just want to share this grant with you guys so you guys can take it back to your families and friends and let them know. It's a grant for $10,000 for anybody who is doing, and there's 3 of them, anybody that's doing Black mental health and wellness. So if you're convening a healing circle, you're having conversations online, they're not discriminating. It's a Black nonprofit that is giving out 3 grants of $10,000 each to help folks deal with Black mental health and wellness. And when you go into the application, you'll see you can be a nonprofit, you can be a for-profit, excuse me, you can be an individual. They are not caring. They just want us to show up and hopefully let others know about this opportunity. And I love this organization. I think they're doing a lot as an organization. So hopefully that's something you too.
Yeah, I've been sharing it off a lot because a lot of want to privatize their mental health.
No, I didn't know. Nah, I didn't know that.
A lot of minority businesses are in this space. So everyone that I knew, I sent it to them first.
So that's what's up. I had no idea that North Carolina privatized its mental health. That's
like probably almost 20 years ago. Because actually, when I got in the military, when I was transitioning into a business, I actually worked for a company around 2006, 2007. Actually doing like a paraprofessional relationship that's basically taking individuals out into the community, just giving them ties to being around people and functioning in society with like a so I was basically like a mentor liaison for them. So yeah, they privatized it. I would say probably almost 20 years now.
That's what's up. Wow. Thank you, Brother Charmaine. Appreciate that. Then go ahead to our first article on Black business news, and that is from the Action News Channel 5. Excuse me, in of all places, Memphis. The Memphis mayor holds a discussion on resources for Black-owned small businesses. And the reason why I wanted to focus on this, when I looked at this picture, I was like, wait, is that John Hope? I was like, oh, it's not. Okay. So Mayor Jim Strickland, who's, I think he's semi well liked by people, Black folks in Memphis. When I've talked to Black people in Memphis, they're not so judgmental of him. I think they definitely feel like, he's there, he's present in his mayorship. A lot of times people don't feel like the mayor is present. Anyway, he held a conference for around resources to Black businesses there in Memphis, and he centered the conversation with John Hope Bryant. If anybody's not familiar with Operation Hope, it's a pretty decent organization that provides you with loans or business resource information. They help you get a house, as much stuff they do, and it's all free. And John Hope Bryant is the CEO of Operation Hope. So I thought this was a really good article for Memphis, which has been lately in the news from really horrific stuff. And that's a pretty dope, that they were able to do this in the city of Memphis. Got some comments from LinkedIn. I got brother Carl Watkins said, let's get with the nightly Black news. Martin, go ahead. Sister Maxwell says, what's up? Hey, thanks for watching us as we scroll through the Black business news tonight. Charlamagne, have you ever been to Memphis? Yeah, ask you this one.
I've driven to Memphis. Man, stop once to get gas. I used to drive from Oklahoma to North Carolina, when I was stationed in Fort Sill, and it's almost like a straight shot, really, because you jump on 40 and just ride for forever.
Right.
So I would have to go through. I would hit Little Rock and then go across the bridge. Next thing you know, Memphis. But yeah, I never stopped there. Actually sightsee or anything. I used to stop in Nashville because my cousin had family there. So Memphis was never one of my stops.
Gotcha. So thank you, Brother Sean. I've been in Memphis twice, and I think that I missed out on the barbecue. I really, Memphis, Houston, and Kansas City, Missouri. Barbecue is one of the best in the country. I don't know if you guys can hear.
I beg to differ, but
That's funny.
You can go soft for anything, man. It tastes good.
Wow. He said you can marinate. You can marinate anything, huh? Wow.
Hey, look, man. You from the South, man. Start cooking 3 or 4 days ahead of time, before you actually cook it.
Yeah. Auntie Cheryl, sorry. Auntie Donna just sent me an article. Thanks, Auntie Donna. We have some breaking news. We'll get into that in a minute. Our next article up is CNBC, Robert Smith, and what Mr. Smith is doing is talking about the necessary need for Black businesses to be invested for diversity and inclusion. And Mr. Robert Smith is a billionaire from Vista Partners. And I think that, and he says it's equally important or vitally important in a bear market. So when things are people are pulling back, right? They shouldn't pull back from investing in diversity and equity and inclusion. So I definitely think that is 100% true, if not, more true when things are rough. But I think part of this concept of why it's important for your business to be diverse and diversity matters when things are tough. Traditionally, Black folks, that the $1 trillion that we're spending as consumers, we tend to spend where we feel welcome. And so I don't know if anybody's seen the Wakanda commercials from from Target. But I tell you, those commercials, they work to me. They like they want to work. I don't see, maybe there'll be a Wakanda Walmart commercial. I don't know, but Target, I bet Target sales will go up this month and into November as Wakanda the movie returns, the Black Panther series. But yeah, I wanted to just shout out this particular article and what Robert Smith said here at the Disruptor 50 Summit around venture capital and private equity. And there's an announcement that Brother Charmaine sent me. It's from Wall Street Journal that I do want to jump to about this particular topic. But before we do that, Auntie Donna sent me an article that I had not seen, and I almost wish I hadn't seen.
But I already know what it is. I posted it. I thought it to you earlier. So.
Man, I tell you, boy, these white folks. That's all I can say. White folks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So the U.S. Appeals Court has temporarily halted Biden's student debt cancellation program. Now, what's crazy to me about this is that, like we went through this already with Wisconsin. So, and the Supreme Court refused to hear the appeal from Wisconsin. So I'm curious to see what grounds and what federal statute they're saying they can halt this. Actually, like what circuit it comes out of also. That's what I'm trying to see. Sorry, y'all watching me online as I try to navigate holding the phone and typing. But so if you're online, you're seeing this. This is updated as of 9/07. I mean, that it's just crazy. So hopefully we can dive into this a little bit and okay. So the action puts any debt cancellation on hold until the court can rule on the state's request for an injunction preventing the government from discharging debts. The order does not reverse the trial court's dismissal of the case, or wait, this is ridiculous. And I think so. This is the Eighth Circuit granted a stay in response to an appeal filed by 6. So they appealed to the appellate division. The appellate division says, okay, let's stay any action until you can be heard. I like what the White House press secretary, who's our Haitian sister, says. The order does not reverse the trial court's dismissal of the case or suggest the case has merit. It merely prevents debt from being discharged until the court makes a decision. She encouraged people to continue applying at studentaid.gov and Mr. Biden had a speech on Friday at Delaware State, HBCU, attacks the state's lawsuit, widely considered the most significant of multiple legal challenges that his plan faced. Republican members of Congress and Republican governors are doing everything they can to deny this relief, even to their own constituents. Yeah, you know what? I see this as really, racially motivated. Like I say, I can't help it, y'all. Like this is so silly and stupid and a waste of our taxpayer dollars. Like it's just really, at the end of the day, well, at least our children will know, what this country really is like, straight up and down. I hear this particular, in this article, a particular person says, I'm beyond frustration generally speaking, at this point, in regard to finances, it's absolutely kind of absurd. Yeah. I'm with that person. These Republican governors and Republicans in general, and I don't think it's just Republicans. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people that don't want people to. Hey, what's up? What's up, Brother Marshall? Thank you for showing some love. There's a lot of people that just don't want people to get their debt removed, which is kind of messed up. I don't think we live in a debtor's court country, but apparently, if you can't take mine away, you can't get. I guess that's what it is. Also, some of that is classism, but this is ridiculous. Thank you, Auntie Donna, for informing us of this breaking news. Appreciate you. Appreciate the time and effort that our listeners do put into making sure that we are aware. That's what this whole room is about. Being informed, and the informed are powerful. So it's better to have information than not. And in that note, wanted to jump to this article that Brother Charlemagne sent me about the CEO of Microsoft and his ability. He believes that he's going to create a fund for Black businesses that will help Black businesses to receive the type of funding they should get. And it's a $400 million fund. There is a but, as there always is. So I wanted to just jump to that because we were just talking about Robert Smith and his what he said about investing in diverse businesses during a bear market. So during a bear market, let me get this article up. Where are we at? Here we go. Cool. Why it's necessary to invest in Black businesses. Here we go. Cool. All right. So former CEO and billionaire, former Microsoft CEO, and billionaire, reveals he's going to invest $400 million in private fund ventures to support Black entrepreneurs. Now I'm trying to see. Right, here we go. So this is good, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, because what this is saying here is that I'm sorry. Let me just go to a comment we have from the internet. Sister Goodson, Dr. Goodson. Yes, this was today. This was today as of 9 p.m. Regarding the appellate court temporarily halting the disbursement of any debt. Yeah, exactly. Sister Dr. Goodwin says, Goodson, says, I thought the Supreme Court denied the halt. It went back to lower courts. Yes, they didn't. They refused to hear the case, but this is a different case. So that was the Wisconsin case that made the Supreme Court. This is the states coming together, 6 different Republican governors coming together, and this is another case. So what I think that Trump has taught people, unfortunately, in his semi-success, I wouldn't call it success, but he's taught people to work through the court system to stall things, and you die by it's he who can wait the longest, right? And he who can pay the most, or who has, or in his case, not pay, and continue to get lawyers who work for you for the fact that you won't pay. Now, in his cases recently, he's had to pay up front, but a lot of his cases, people are still, he owes law firms money. But what he's taught them is that they can stall through going through the court system and slow things down until it's a crawl. And I think a lot of people are expecting him to come back as a presidential candidate, and they can stall it out till he comes back. Oh, we're good when he comes back. We can get rid of all this Biden stuff. And I think honestly, the country's in for a rude awakening Just based on Georgia numbers and the early votes to Georgia, I think a lot of people are sick and fed up of this garbage. And I don't think the Republicans really understand, how deep people's anger is running on the other side. And so I think it's a strategic mistake they're making. But, we'll see. And I think also as it makes it to the to the Supreme Court, that, the standing they had, the fact, it's just a lot of different things. I'm not familiar with this particular case. I'm familiar with the Wisconsin case, and I knew that wasn't going to work because it was a private citizen led. This one is state, and I'm not sure what their argument is, but I do like what the White House press secretary said. Okay, so for those of you on Clubhouse and now on the internet, we're going to switch gears and go to this article here about the Microsoft former CEO, Steve Ballmer, and what his fund is, a $400 million fund for Black businesses. The challenge with this fund, if you go to the article from Fortune magazine, it's also in Forbes and also in Wall Street Journal. It's pretty much, he basically wrote a blog piece that people are putting up and dissecting his blog piece. One of the things about this blog piece is he says in the blog that the Black investment fund managers will be required to invest at least 30% of the amount into Black-led businesses. So I kind of get it, but that 30% is what sticks in me. Why not make it 60? Why not make it 70? Shoot, why not just make it 100, right? Because when white America or white people who want to be allies and want to do the right thing, when they do the right thing, there's 4 of their cousins who are severely upset, right? And then they do what? File lawsuits. So I think, I want to be clear, it's a great idea. I applaud them for doing this. At the same time, it is what it is. And I don't know if anybody has had a chance to peruse the article, but it's this 30% thing kind of sticks in my craw. At the same time, I understand if he did do something right and say, hey, it's $400 million and all that money is going to Black people. Yeah, that might not totally work.
Yeah. He'd be in court.
Yeah.
For discrimination.
Right. Exactly. So unfortunately, I think it's a great thing. I applaud. I'm not saying he shouldn't have done this. What I am just saying is that when people do put articles and use the word Black in there, you really have to, dig into the article to understand, and then figure out how to position yourself, maybe your family, maybe your friends, and I think there's a way to go around and to get at that other 70%. Not gonna say publicly how to do that, but I think there's a way. So I did want to, in light of what Robert Smith said, who was a Black billionaire also, and he was at Disrupt 50 Summit. He said for CNBC today that it's smart to invest in diversity, equity, and inclusion, even during a bear market. We see Steve Ballmer, who's the other billionaire and former Microsoft CEO, committing to that. So I don't know, if that's on the 19th. He said it's on the 21st. No, I don't know. Maybe they talked. Maybe they got together. Who knows? But I do want you guys to know about this, to understand that this is out there. Again, we said, 2023, there's going to be a lot of money. And I want to make sure that Black folks are positioned to get access to this lot of money that is going to be out there for us. Any comments Brother Charlemagne, besides that he will be in court?
Nah, man. I just see, like I said, I just see these opportunities popping up, man. I just hope we don't sit back and let them pass us. That's all I just hope. I mean, like I said, and that's what I structure my consulting business to help individuals apply for these, these grants and loans and things of that nature, because a lot of times they always say we're not prepared for documentation, yada yada yada. So if we got everything in order, and I help others get them in order, and then they help others get them in order, then we'll have any excuses. They don't have any excuses either not to keep on helping us. You know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to be prepared and go ahead and apply. Even if you say no, that's all they can do is say no. You know what I'm saying? Just apply.
Exactly. So if you're just joining us, this is Eddie Black News, Black Business News on Friday night. We originated out of Clubhouse. We're expanding to Roku, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, all live. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for contributing. Auntie Donna brought up a breaking news story, which was around the unfortunate halting of the temporarily of the student debt cancellation program, and that is at the New York Times as of 9 p.m. tonight. So take a look at that. Let your people know about that. Well, according to the White House, they say keep applying, keep going to studentaid.gov. They believe they're going to succeed, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see it. That's our Black Business News for tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow with Black Education News, which we are going to cover, as we talked about on Wednesday, a very important topic around this elementary school that is being closed because it was on top of radioactive nuclear waste. It is a suburban school that is 80% Black in Missouri. So we'll be back tomorrow night to really unpack that and discuss that. And hey, Brother Youngblood, I missed you on LinkedIn the other day. Thanks for tuning in to my midnight rant. Occasionally I do midnight rants over on LinkedIn and LinkedIn audio. So I get my steps in for the next day. I'll just walk and talk. And thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Dr. Wilkerson. Ashley's a friend to the room, and also Ashley's watching us over on LinkedIn. Thanks, Ashley, for watching, tuning in. And thanks y'all for being here in the room. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow night with Black Education News. And please keep in mind, yes, we are targets in our own neighborhood. And start to see if you can pass this out to your nieces, nephews, your little godsons and goddaughters, to really be around tomorrow, because today there's some person targeting us in our own neighborhoods. So if it doesn't feel right, get out of that space. And our prayers and thoughts go to the 9 people shot on the campus of Southern University last night. I just broke my heart when I heard about that. I think nobody is super critical, I believe. And I don't think they caught the gunman, but we want to make sure that we are always keeping in mind our safety and making sure that wherever we are, if our Black intuition kicks in, it's time to go. Don't stop, don't look around, just move.
Look, even if you're with the authorities, be careful. Like you weren't there, so
Yeah.
What happened earlier here yesterday. So
yeah, it's a horrible.
That was crazy.
Horrible story of somebody taking a target at one of our brothers who was in talks with, I believe, the sheriff's deputies. He was in there talking with them, and a passerby shot at him. But it's just, yeah, we got to be careful, y'all. So as I always say, keep your head on the swivel. Thank you, Sister Chen, for tuning in. Appreciate you. And that's from LinkedIn. And y'all will be back tomorrow night with Black Education News. So peace and blessings. And as we always say, stay Black.
Good night.